Hey there, this is the third of a short series of videos about mapping with Tableau and making dashboards. We've already imported some spatial data, we've styled it a little bit, and created a couple other of worksheets here that just do more kind of conventional graphing as well. And we want to combine them together into a dashboard using the dashboard tool. One additional thing I want to note here, you'll notice that there's, they do pretty well with color palettes in Tableau. Unfortunately, it's not super easy to do any kind of reclassification of these colors. To do that, you pretty much have to create categorical variables manually that then you can use to map to colors once it's all put together. You can't just choose a natural breaks color scheme and have Tableau do it. So I think that's just worth noting for those of you who are familiar with conventional GIS. So dashboards, right? We can click on a dashboard here. And what we mean by dashboard is let's combine all these graphs together into a single thing. And you'll notice we've got 3 sheets. They're listed off to the side here. Let's start with our map. And we're just going to drag it over here. There we go. We've got our map. All right. We might not want this little square footage thing. We don't care too much about it. So we'll get rid of that. And we've got a map listed here. And then we can add this. Now notice when we drag sheet 2 on here, it gives us lots of options. We want to think about this in terms of a grid, right? So you're doing boxes within boxes. I could put it at the top, I could put it at the bottom, I could put it on either side. In this case, I want to put it in the bottom of the screen. I'm going to have the map on the top, and I'll put the graphs on the bottom. So that's sheet 2. I've got a scatter plot that's sheet 3. Let's go ahead and use that. And we'll put it over here. And you can see then it's got this color scheme. If I wanted to, I could try to remove that as well, but we'll just leave it for right now. If you wanted to add other elements, so you might want to add some explanatory text, you might want to add an image, you'll see there's spaces here to do that. So for instance, if I wanted to put some text, let's put some text right in the middle of the page, right here, right? And I'm going to say, this is some helpful background information. And I'll click OK. And there it is. Now it gets pretty big. It doesn't need to be that big, right? So let's make it a little smaller. We can actually just drag, mouse over the border and drag it down. If I wanted to make it bigger, just do that in the font box, right? Let's do it this way. There we go. So you can do whatever formatting you want to do, and you've got this pretty well set up. If you want this in a different part of the page, if you want this at the top, you just grab this handle and just move it up here. Right? You can kind of think about where you want stuff to go. If I wanted to move this graph over here, I could do it. It's pretty flexible tool, and I think this is really what Tableau does well, is it allows this kind of drag and drop design and gives you lots of options to pretty quickly make some pretty engaging graphics that can be interactive, right? So when you publish this online, which you would do by going under File and Save as Tableau Public, that's then publicly accessible to others. That is one limitation that I will note about Tableau Public, is that this is public by default. There is no private option with Tableau Public, and you have to save it into the cloud. When I've had problems, one of the main drawbacks has been it's pretty slow sometimes saving to that cloud, and then occasionally you'll have a problem when the program will crash or fail to save. And so it's a good idea to do that often if you're in the habit of doing this. It's nice that this version is available for free, as Tableau is pretty pricey if you want the Pro license. But there is obviously then some limitations to it. So that's it. Hopefully this is a helpful set of videos walking you through how to make a basic map in Tableau.